My name is Kiana Agosto, founder of Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up. Season 3 of my podcast is going to be incredible. I'm going to break this interview into different segments. I'm going to be posting them every single Wednesday, weekly. Today is such an incredible opportunity to be able to interview Dr. Christopher Sletten here at Mayo Clinic. He's the director of the Pain Rehabilitation Center. This program changed my life completely. As you know and are aware of, I used to be in a wheelchair, and now I'm able to stand here and speak to you about my story and about the program that changed my life. We're going to go into depth with not only the program, but clinical research and insight from Christopher Sletten. He has over 25 years of experience in the Mayo Clinic, and he's dedicated his entire life to helping others find hope. You can follow Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up on all streaming platforms, including social media, podcast, and go to getupshowupnevergiveup.store to purchase merchandise that is designed by yours truly. I want to make sure that this brand finds you and it finds people that it's intended to find. I want to make sure that you find hope and strength within yourself and find the resilience that lives within you. You're stronger than you think. And I want to ensure that you know that and to always believe in yourself and to get up, show up, and never give up, which is the phrase that I used every single day, proceeding to me coming here and getting better and being able to stand here and talk to you and bring all of this content to you. Much love to you all. Let's get started. We're going to move on to the role of education in pain treatment. Why is patient education such a powerful part of treatment?
Well, as the old saying goes, knowledge is power. And I feel like so many patients come to us having been sort of brushed off or been told, trust me, this is just how things are. This is how I do things. And unfortunately, still in many parts of healthcare, there's a bit of a parental attitude. You're coming to me, I'm going to fix you, just do what I say. And certainly we would all like people to do what we say, but I also want them to understand why we're saying those things. So one of the things we talk about in the program is helping them understand the why behind the what. Yes, we want you to exercise. Yes, we want you to change your medications. Yes, we want you to work on these things, but why? And once they understand why, number one, we get a lot more buy-in, but number two, that allows them then to go home and continue to apply these principles in a variety of circumstances in life. Because if you're just taught a very rigid set of precepts and rules to follow, that's not a very adaptable process if you go home to very different environments like our patients do.
Right, because here's a controlled environment.
Yes.
And you help prepare us for when we get back home. And it's definitely an eye-opening experience that I had as well, because it's not a controlled environment. And using these strategies definitely helped me get back into the swing of things and get to where I am now and achieve goals, more goals than I ever thought I could achieve. I mean, this podcast is one of them.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing to hear your story too.
Thank you. Thank you. What are the most common misconceptions patients bring into PRC about pain?
I'm going to broaden the question out just a bit, okay?
Sure.
It's not just about pain, but it's also about the program.
Right.
And so a lot of people have been led to believe, or maybe intuitively believe, that because their pain isn't explained, maybe they're crazy or they're making it up. That's something we've already talked about, that we really work hard to disabuse them of that. But secondly, many people think the pain rehab program is just like drug rehab.
Right.
They hear the word rehabilitation and they think, celebrity rehab, and that's frustrating because that's the very least of what we do and approach. And also, I think some folks come to us preconceived notion that we're somehow going to talk them out of their pain and or get them back like nothing ever happened. And we have to be very honest, as you know, that we're going to help them get to a lot more, but this is not a situation that's going to be fixed or made like it never happened. And so those are some notions that I think we get a lot of.
Absolutely. And that's definitely something that I kept in mind and I shared with my closest friends and family, is ensuring that they understood that concept. That I'm not version A or B, I'm version
Right.
C now.
Right. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's so important to communicate.
Yes.
Communication is key.
Yes.
And it's very helpful. Do you think society at large misunderstands chronic pain? And if so, how?
So the short answer is yes. Okay. And as we've already spoken about, I think so many people have in their mind that every medical problem is fixable. And if it's not fixed, then it must be something wrong with the person, either in terms of their motivation, their psychology. So often, unfortunately, the blame is placed on the victim, if you will. And the person that's struggling with chronic symptoms often becomes the target. What are you not doing? Why are you not trying hard enough? What happened to your toughness? What happened to your pain tolerance? And that blame game is so damaging and so very inappropriate. One of the things that I try to reiterate very often to our patients is that nothing happened to their toughness, their resilience, their will and determination. Their system got overwhelmed. Very much like a river that floods would not be declared a wimpy river. You would just say it got flooded with extra water. So our patients' systems are overwhelmed, but it's not because they're wimpy and they stop trying. And so that is, again, I think, a misconception of what's going on.
When you went briefly over this right now, but you go more into depth in the program.
Of course.
And I took so many notes because this program definitely changed my life. And you had mentioned previously that my story was really interesting. So I just want to kind of briefly go over it.
Sure.
I came into the Pain Rehabilitation Center in a wheelchair, and I was unable to walk. And my left leg was paralyzed. And going through this program and applying the knowledge and the strategies, me putting in that work, because you can be provided of all this information, but if you don't put in the work as a client or as, a patient, you're not going to see the results. You have to get your mindset into, okay, this is what I need to do to accomplish this goal. What do I have to do to get there? And go down that list and just try your best every day. And no matter what, you just don't give up.
Right.
And use all the tools that are provided to you. And give your 100% every day. And sometimes your 100%, the outcome will be 60% or 80% success rate. But that's something to keep in mind, is you're going to always do your best. And the outcome is not always going to be what you expect, but it's one step closer to your end goal.
Absolutely.
And I came into this hospital in a wheelchair and I left walking.
And look at you today.
And look at me today, wearing heels and walking in and conducting this interview with you. So this just came into full circle. And continuing to spread this message in this program with others so that they're knowledgeable of how strong the mind is and how resilient you can be if you give yourself the credit and the chance to be stronger than you could ever believe.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to briefly go over that. That wraps up today's episode of the Get Up, Show Up, Never Give Up podcast, Season 3, in collaboration with the Mayo Clinic Pain Rehabilitation Center. This special series features Dr. Christopher Sletten, director of the incredible PRC team, and we'll be revealing each part of our conversation and weekly segments, released every Wednesday. Each week, you'll get a deeper look into the science of pain, the psychology of healing, and the power of resilience. If today's conversation brought you hope or a new perspective, share it with someone who needs to hear that recovery is possible, because you never know who's waiting for a reminder that healing can happen. You can catch every episode, explore the movement, and shop our motivational apparel at getupshowupnevergiveup.store. Remember, Healing isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. So until next time, get up, show up, and never give up.